Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. First impressions day, my first impressions of the contents of this box. This is a Click. The box there says handcrafted pens. And this is a Click Yen. Very nice looking pen when I ordered it. So join me now down on the table. We'll take a look at the pen. We'll walk through the body, do some size comparisons. I'll fill it with ink, do a writing sample, then give you my first impressions of it. Welcome down to the table. So here we've got today's pen. This is the Click Yen Ebonite pen. All black. Really stealthy looking pen, isn't it? Now, I've already taken out the box. You know how things are when they come out of boxes, so I thought let's get straight into the meat. Inside the box was the pen. We also had the converter, which is in the pen, and 2 ink cartridges. There we go. These look like standard international cartridges. The pen itself, I love this black look. So, as I've already said, stealthy looking, isn't it? Anyway, let's take a walk through the body. Top of the cap. Here we are. We've got a fairly sharpish feeling point. Not sharp as in ow sharp, but compared to a lot of other ones. This comes down, then that screws into the rest of the cap, and that's holding a ring. Hopefully there you can see the ring. And on that ring is the clip. The clip, very springy, very nice. The clip itself, it also looks quite nice. So we're coming down, we're tapering in. Then there's that massive ball there down on the bottom, a bit like a tear shape. The actual cap itself, so we're tapering out till we get to just above where the bottom of the clip is. And then that straightens off. We come down, we've got these 2 rings here. There we go, again in black. Then we've got a bit more of the material as we're coming down with a slight taper. Then there's a little drop off into the body. The body seems like it's the same width. We've got what feels to me like a little bit of a bulge, about half to 2/3 of the way down. Then we taper in, and then another one of those sharp end points. Very simple looking, really like this. The cap comes off in half, about 1 1/4 turns. I will be honest, when I'm turning this, there feels to be very little resistance between the threads, so that's nice. With some of my pens, it does feel like you're fighting against the threads. So that comes off. That reveals the black section, again following through with its ebonite. And then we come there into the nib. The nib follows through with the same colouring, so it's a black nib. Very, very simple looking. We've just got a single border. Then below the breather hole, we've got the word click. And below that, we've got M. This is a medium nib. The body, let's have a look inside. Lots and lots of threads here. So I'm guessing this is a potential for eyedroppering if that's what you wanted to do. I don't intend to do it. And here's the included converter. There we go. Let's push that down. Now you may see a bit of water in here. I've already given this a clean out with fresh water. I do that with all my pens. So let's just pop this back together. There we go, all those threads. And we'll swap on over and do some size comparisons. My 2 standard size comparisons, the Pilot Metropolitan, the Lamy Safari. Looking at this, the Click pen, definitely longer than both of them, and for want of a better phrase, fatter than both of them. Let's take the caps off. With the caps off, the Click still a little bit longer. Not much, but it is a little bit longer. The nib, I want to say it's a number 6 size nib, but it does look quite big to me, so that's something I'll look at in the future. In the hand, wow, that feels very nice. It's a light pen, but it feels nice. It's comfortable. The section is really nice. We've got this little lip at the bottom of it, which my fingers just rest against. Will it post? Yeah, it does, but it feels a bit wobbly. But unposted, I think it's plenty long enough. Let's get all this out of the way and we'll fill the pen with ink. I brought in my little ink pot holder. In there I've got my ink miser. The ink I'm going to use is by Diamine and it's a Cardinal. There we go. This is a standard ink. So I'm going to just pour some of this in here. I just use this because it makes it a little bit easier for filling the pen. There we go. So here we've got the pen. I've already pushed the plunger there all the way down. Let me just slightly change. There we go. Pop the pen in. Hopefully I won't spill it everywhere. And then let's work this mechanism. And can we see any ink coming up? Yeah, a little bit. That filled it about halfway. So let's go down again. And that's better. We've got about 3/4 now of that converter full of ink. I'll clean all this off and then we'll fetch in the notepad of testing. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. Here we've got the notepad of testing. This is a Rhodia A5 notepad and it's just a blank page. Just going to turn it on the side a little bit. Helps make it easier for me to write with. And let's fetch in the pen. So here we go, the Click pen. So we've got here a Click yen with a medium nib. Price wise, you're looking approximately 84 Aussie dollars. I don't know. Can't write today. The ink is by Diamine and it's a Cardinal. Beauty with a black pen, isn't it? You can put any ink in there that you want. Drying times, so we got immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. 1 minute. Wow, that's still fairly wet. I'm just going to go above here and I'm going to do a 2-minute test. After 2 minutes, we've still got a little bit of smudging, so very wet combo. Let's move this up ever so slightly. Have we got any line variation? So here's no pressure at all. Now I'm going to add just a tiny little bit of pressure, not a lot. So I am getting a wider line, a little bit wider, and I think that is because it's splaying the tines out a little bit more. So no pressure with, none, and with, and I'm seeing it there. Going to move the mic down to the page so you can hear the pen write. My hand was sticking there to the paper, so I was pulling it all over the place. That's a fairly loudish writer to me. Sounded like I was writing with a pencil, to be honest. It was pleasant to hear. I quite like a little bit of audible feedback, so that was really, really nice. In terms of the hand, the nib did feel a little bit on the stiff side. Not as stiff as some of my nibs, but certainly not a soft nib. I think with time, it might soften off a little bit, but it was a really pleasant experience. Final test. My Strebel. And then going backwards. Here we go. Very pleasant experience. So what are my thoughts on this pen? Really pleased. I think $84 sounds like a lot of money for an Indian pen, but I think it's actually worth it. It's a very nice feeling pen. Lovely writing experience. I love the tactileness, that little bit of stiffness, but I also love that audible nature that we were getting as well. To me, was very, very nice. The line, although it's a medium, to me it's slightly on the broader side of medium, which I like. Originally I had wanted a broad nib, but they didn't have any of those in stock, so that's why I went for the medium. But it's gorgeous to write with, really, really is a pleasure. I like the look, I like the all black nature of it, the stealth nature of it. It feels nice in the hand, a little bit on the light side, but that's something I find with a lot of pens. I like pens with a little bit of weight, so this does feel very, very light. But all in all, gorgeous looker, gorgeous writer, really nice. And I do think $84 is about spot on price-wise. So they're my first impressions of the Click Yen with Diamine Cardinal. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. So what are your thoughts on this pen? I'm really impressed. I think it looks stunning. I love the stealth nature of this. Looking forward to using this a bit more. Please drop your comments down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.